You looked in the mirror lately? You seen that thing on your head? Come on, you heard what the doctor said. You're risking your life here.
What life? Upstairs?
No, I can't do it. This is a Hail Mary at best.
No, it's not. It's a gamble. Yeah, I know that. But look, if there was a time to roll the dice, this is it.
I mean, you just don't know how to give up.
No, I do. Trust me, I do. I know exactly how to give up. You know what scares the out of me, Kev? Is that it's easy.
When you lose your money, you lose nothing. When you lose your health, you lose something. When you lose your character, you lose everything.
Dr. Carter said to me, and Dr. Carter had a tear in his eye. I could tell he felt for me. And he said, son, I'm sorry to say you're not going to box again. And I looked at him. I said, no, Dr. Carter, you're wrong. I am going to box again. You see, you don't understand what kind of man I am.
I've trained 99% of my life alone. No one pat me on the back. I did all of the work alone.
If you persist until you succeed at achieving a goal that is important to you, and you complete it like a degree in school, or you wrap up a sale, or you make a career successful, you plug into your subconscious mind a success pattern. And then the subconscious mind, running on the basis of inertia, attempts to adjust your words, actions, and feelings to duplicate that success pattern. And that's why they say nothing succeeds like success. That once you've been successful, you have a pattern set down which will enable you to apply that pattern to another part of your work to be successful in that. And the more you succeed, the more this pattern of success is reinforced. And you'll finally reach the point where it's impossible for you to fail if you succeed enough times.
Rise, young warrior. You must get up. Your journey is not over.
I can't fight him. He has all my weapons. I have nothing.
When you began your journey, you were determined. Nothing could stop you. And now that you are so close, are you willing to give up so easily?
It was easier at the beginning.
Beginnings are often easier.
What's the point of fighting my way up the mountain when someone else is just going to come up the easy way?
There is always going to be someone who does things the easy way. But that should not stop you from doing things the right way. It is your journey, young warrior. Only you decide when it ends.
Sometimes we have to ask ourselves, what's using my life? Heard a guy give a lecture one time that says, we are today what we were when. And he was talking about the fact that we, to a great extent, behave, think, react because of some previous experience that we've had. One of the things that we know about life is that it is always changing. Sometimes you're up. Sometimes you're down. Sometimes things go real well, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes you're happy, and sometimes you're sad. Now that's that thing called life. And when we begin to understand and know that, accepting that reality that we will never ever have things just on an even keel all the time, that you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs, but during those down moments, that's where the growth takes place.
All you can control is what you do and how you see it. Again, the truth, whatever the truth, undeniable truth is, it's not as strong as your perception on how you see that truth. That's a big thing, guys. If you're doing everything because you believe it, that person goes a lot farther than someone who's trying to be popular and doing it for that reason. The internal warmth right there, coming from an working from the inside out, is always going to blossom the fruits of labor more than anything else. Every day is an opportunity based on your choices on how you look at things, how you perceive them, accountability and responsibility of your actions, the choices you make every day. That is what you are in the mirror today. If you don't like it, or it could be better, it's on your terms how that works, no one else's. You have to find the motivation to make those hard steps for change.
The number one thing that you can do to change your financial future is to not buy into what you see on the internet everybody else doing, which is why I really respect what you do. And I try to do it online too. Sure, we have nice things now. Sometimes you'll catch it in places because I won't really tell, but you don't see me flashing nice watches, You don't see me having nice cars. You don't see me posting about private planes. Why? That's not really necessary. And all you are signaling is that that is what success is. That is not what success is. Those are just accoutrements that could be fun if you're into it once you're rich.
It's just piece by piece, and it's the consistency of the work, which I feel like a lot of parents are missing today because we're not teaching that to our kids. We tend to say like kids don't want to do the work, but in reality it's us when we're failing them because we're not leading them the right way and teaching them, how to fish, you know what I mean? And so like the consistency of work, Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.
What happens is people overthink things. And in this day and age, it happens more and more. They think about the thing and they confuse thinking with work. And more often than not, thinking is not working. And this is where people will yell at me on the internet and go, well, if I just don't think about anything and I move really fast, I could move fast in the wrong direction. Yeah, you could, but just iterate. Move fast and iterate. And that's what most people don't do. And so I'll tell my team all the time, you're thinking about this way too much. Make a decision in 30 seconds. What's the decision? I'll tell you if I like it, yes or no. I like the decision, move forward. And so ask yourself that in life. It's like Mel Robbins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get out of bed.
Yeah.
Mine is 30 seconds to decision.
The whole thing about that is a true statement, like what you said. Our mind wants to protect us. The mind is like, honestly, it has a tactical advantage over us. It knows our deepest, darkest fears or insecurities. It knows where we start to feel, we start getting that doubt creeping that says, hey man, you know what man, maybe this isn't good. Let's go back home to the wife. Let's go back home to the kids. This is not comfortable. So in that moment, the mind directs us. It's a protective mechanism. It saves us from doing bodily harm, or it really saves us from discovering that the mind's like, I want to be in charge of you. I don't want you to be in charge of me. So it tells you, let's just stop right here. But once you start breaking through that barrier and start breaking down that governor that you've put in your mind, because we forget we are in control of our mind. We believe it's the other way around. No, we put in our minds what we should do, but we believe our mind is telling us, it's giving us all this feedback. We have to reprogram it and tell us, no, we're good. We're good, this sucks, but it's okay.
Winners will always win because they will still be able to find the silver lining even in the terrible experiences that will make them better. And my favorite visualization of the type of person that I want to be is, and this is a Harry Potter reference, but the Sword of Gryffindor was made of dwarven steel, and dwarven steel in the mythology of Harry Potter could only take in that which made it stronger. And so it's not to say that the Sword of Gryffindor couldn't cut butter or couldn't just get into a sword fight, but if it happens to kill a basilisk, then it will absorb the poison of the basilisk. And so so many people lose because they want to prove that this too did not work, when in reality it was that you don't know how to make it work. And it has been easier for you to complain and say, this did not work the way that I would prefer, right? Rather than how can I make this work for me? How can I turn this into something that can still be a W?
You have to believe that it is possible for you to accomplish the goal. You have to believe that it is possible for you to achieve it. For that reason, it's very important that you make your goal believable. Many people, when they learn these new ideas about goal setting, they make a mistake. They think, wow, I'm going to go out and I'm going to make $1 million in a year. And the fact of the matter is that $1 million, if you're making whatever you're making now, to jump to $1 million in most cases is so big that your conscious mind rejects it as being illogical, not acceptable, impossible. And if your conscious mind rejects it, it never gets to the subconscious mind. Remember, your subconscious mind can only accept as a command something that you totally believe in the conscious mind. So make it believable and make it achievable. It's better to set a smaller goal at first and accomplish that, and then a larger goal and accomplish that, and then a larger goal and accomplish that.
Your mind and the human mind on how it functions in good environments, bad environments, stressful environments, patient environments. you study it all because you have to put all this together to create the mind to become successful. So I had to, I'm like, God blessed me with this brain. I had to create a mind. And so in doing so, I figured out every piece of shit human being in the world because that's what I was going off of for myself. So I know why you go on Instagram. I know why because you just have the time. You have the time because you don't want to put that time into bettering oneself. So I know why I'm misunderstood. I'm misunderstood by people who have plenty of time on their hands to misunderstand me because they are exactly where I once was, which is a low-life, lazy piece of shit.
Once you're aware of the things that the pattern you're trying to change, what's the practice that you're going to take yourself down? And then noticing that you're just going to need to do it over and over and over again. But one of the biggest keys is to give yourself grace as you're doing it. Because a lot of times we become aware and then we judge ourselves and we beat ourselves up for it. So I think it's giving yourself a lot of love and grace and going, hey, I've noticed this pattern. Don't worry, we're going to change it. Let's go on this practice, and just continuing to do that.
You're on a path right now that you believe in, but now it's getting hard and you're wondering if you've got the nuts to ride it all the way through. What you're wondering right there, that weak mentality, is the old you coming back. Don't listen to that. You've got to sideline those thoughts. Kick the neighbor out. Don't let him in your house. Get rid of all these weaknesses. Accept the journey at hand, knowing it's going to be tremendous. But with tremendous effort comes tremendous reward. It's a worthy cause you're on right now. You're not telling me what it is. I think that's a mistake too. You should tell everybody what it is. Let everybody know what's weak about you. Because that's not who you are anymore. Just by saying it. It's right there, you're publicly saying, I'm better than this, I want to move on. I'm not scared of this. This thing is no longer going to be a handicap for me. I'm no longer going to be the servant of it. I'm not going to be the victim anymore. I'm going to identify the problem solve, fix it. Whatever it takes, and override it. When you do that, not only are you a betterment of a person, but you have the belief and the confidence that what the next.
I think that you have to first figure out what the input is that most closely correlates or tracks with the output you want. And then you jam as much as you possibly can into inputs. Because if I said, hey, go get me 10 customers, somebody, yeah, exactly, you freeze because it's like, well, what do I do? And so then normally people they skew, like behavior skew. So it's all over the place, it's scattered, it's shotguns, sprays. And then they eventually figure out one thing that works. And then it's like, once you hit that, then you just jam that button as hard as you possibly can. And I think that I've been disproportionately successful in different domains of my life by ruthlessly focusing on one input. I mean, even when I was a kid, when I played video games, it's like if you find a spawn point for zombies right before the end of the level, I would just sit there for like 8 hours and just wait for the troll to come up and just slice him again and get my little diamonds and put it in. And I would just do that for hours because I was like, oh, I gotta level up my avatar. But I think I play the game of business the exact same way.
You got to keep on watering your dream. And when it began to happen, they stopped laughing. They said, look. Whoa, look here, look out. Hey man, you know, I know you can do it. Look here, you got a job here? See, during those hard times, we didn't know how you're going to make payroll. During those times when you failed and things didn't work out, they were nowhere to be found. But you know what I discovered? When you're working at your dream, somebody said the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. Oh, it's sweet to you. It's good to you. Why? See, when it's hard and there's a struggle, see, what you become in the process is more important than the dream. That's far more important. The kind of person you become, the character that you build, the courage that you develop, the faith that you're manifesting. Oh, it's something that you get up in the morning, you look yourself in the mirror, you're a different kind of person. You walk with a different kind of spirit. And people know that you know what life is, that you have embraced life. You knew it was hard, but you did it hard.
As someone who meditates, and practices a form of Zen meditation, there is a purpose to emptiness, right? It's not necessarily good to be always having to fill things up in your brain, like you're just pouring food into your system. You know, there is something actually kind of intrinsically beautiful about the idea that there is emptiness, that I don't really have a self, that there is actually not, that there is no such thing as a mind, actually. It's an illusion that we create, right? It's something it's something through words that we have. So that sense of emptiness, that, you know, I don't have an ego, or that I'm confronting the world and I'm just hearing and seeing things as they are, is actually a beautiful thing. So I have to kind of struggle against this idea of always having to fill myself up.
There's a lot of people who want to go back, watch the game, get a drink, bag it. They want to bag the rest of the day. But the question is, are you done yet? Are you truly finished with what you came to do? And so my phrase that I've said to myself for a lot of years, and I say it in the darkest of times, don't stop when you're tired. Stop when you're done. So remember that. Are you done? A lot of you are not done. So don't sit back and be that bad team member, because everybody's watching you and everybody's gonna know you can back it. This is all part of being a leader. Being a leader sucks. You do everything in life that you do not want to do. You are unhappy 90% of your life.
If I die a hero, my life is meaningful. And that's a meaningful life. So people can even have the same need structure, but their beliefs about how to meet those needs are the most important thing. And the needs of connection and love, growth and contribution have no downside. Certainty if you have certainty as your number one thing, you're always trying to keep life the same way and you're gonna be stressed out, especially with AI, you're gonna be really stressed out. If you're a variety person, you can have a lot of fun, but eventually not much variety. The life you described for all these people, now they have the money, they have the sex, they have this, they have that, they have the woman, they have the notoriety, they have the Academy Award. It all gets old, because if we're not growing, it doesn't matter. How many people do you know that were famous, who were rich, who had supposedly everything people want, and took their own life? Why'd they take their life? They stopped growing and stopped having a sense of meaning by giving.
You're not behind, you're developing skills. When you feel behind in life, it's usually because you're comparing outcomes. Someone else has the job, the relationship, the house, and you don't. But here's the truth. You're not behind, you're developing skills and you're developing your story. J.K. Rowling was a single mother living on welfare before she wrote Harry Potter. From the outside, she looked behind. No money, no stability, no career. But those years weren't wasted. They gave her the persistence to keep submitting her manuscript after 12 rejections. They gave her empathy, which poured into her characters. They gave her grit, which became the foundation of her success. She wasn't behind. She was building muscles she couldn't see yet. Think about the most beautiful building you've ever been inside of. A home, a castle, a hotel. No one ever went in that building and said, I love the foundations of this building. The foundations of this building must be amazing. They must be so deep. You never see the foundations. But the taller the skyscraper, the deeper the foundations. The taller the building, the deeper the foundations. Right now, you could be working on the foundations that no one sees, and maybe even you're missing. And one day when everyone sees that building, you'll remember the foundations and everyone will forget again.
Human beings are complex. And negative capability is the essence of being creative. It means you can hold two thoughts in your head at the same time, two thoughts that apparently contradict each other, but you can entertain them and not grasp at one or the other.
Not pass judgment immediately.
Yeah. So you're kind of able to deal with ambiguity, and you're able to say, life isn't that, it's kind of both at the same time. That is creativity, that is real thinking, you know? I mean, I could go on and on about my ideas about live ideas and dead ideas, but this is real live thinking.
Most people go through life never discovering what their talents are. Most people never develop their talents. They have skills and abilities, but if you don't nurture them, if you don't develop them, they will never serve you. Your gifts can take you many places if you develop your gifts. Most of us don't like to do those things that come easy to us. You have something that you brought to the universe, and that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, and becoming the best at it, and mastering myself, and seeing what I have within me, if you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you. I grant you that if you begin to work to develop your gifts, you'll develop a strong sense of happiness. You'll get a larger vision of yourself, because part of beginning to get a larger vision of yourself, all of us need some area of our lives where we can have a feeling of competence.
All the conflicts we have are made up in our head. We make up stories in our head. We create all the drama inside our head. We create conflict where there is no conflict because we're making up a story in our head about what things mean, and it isn't accurate. If you're in pain, you have an inaccurate story. It's that simple. You have a story that's disempowering, and a disempowering story is not one from your spirit or your soul or your creator. It's coming from the mind. The mind's job is reductionism. Reduce things to this or that, good or bad, black or white. But life isn't black or white, good or bad. What if it was all for a greater good? How many have found that most of the pain in your life, if you didn't stay in the pain, led to some form of growth that gave you more, to give more, to be more, to share more? Then they're all calls to go on the journey, right? On the hero's journey.
It is God, or the universe, or the infinite intelligence, that gives you the power to create wealth. Think about that. This is why wealthy people have complete faith and confidence that they can create whatever they want, because they know it's just not them. They know that the universal intelligence, the universal consciousness, God, Allah, Hashem, whatever you want to call this gives you the power to create wealth. It's not just you. You're tapping into this infinite source of supply. You see, money is not your source of supply. The source of your supply is the infinite universe. That is the source. You can call it God. That's the source of your supply. And wealthy people know that in the ether, there is an infinite amount of money that can be manifested or turned into physical reality. This is what we are. We are creative beings.
Sit down and write out your goals as if anything were possible for you. Sit down and write out your goals as if anything were possible for you, and never be afraid to dream big dreams. It's the courage to make a total commitment, throwing yourself wholeheartedly into whatever it is you decide to do. All successful people, of my experience, are people who are living fully engaged. They are fully involved in their lives and in their goals. They don't do things by half measures. They may have no guarantees, but they're not afraid to put their whole hearts into their activities.
That being successful is not an accident. Hey man, stop thinking, man, that your life is over because you're a certain age. Who are you to determine? You know what I can't stand when I hear Christians say, well, I guess it was the Lord's will. If it was the Lord's will, I would have had some money by now. No, you can't dump that on God. God's will is that you prosper. That's his will. Now the fact that you done made some adverse decisions to stop your prosperity train from happening, don't dump that on him. God comes to give you life and give you life more abundantly. That's what he say. Well, then the question is, where your abundant at? You're going down church, you memorizing all these scriptures. Why don't you apply some of them? He come to give you life and give you life more abundantly. God got a great life for you, man, but you got to want something.
That your self-concept determines your income level. This self-concept level is called your comfort zone. And even if you want more money, you will find that the natural human tendency of all action is to struggle and strive to get into a comfort zone and then to stay there. That if you earn 10% or more above your self-concept level of income, you will have an irresistible urge to get rid of the money. You'll give it away, you'll spend it, you'll blow it, you'll spend it extravagantly, you'll even lose it if you get enough. That's why people who win lotteries are often flat broke 2 or 3 years later. They just burn the money because the money is far beyond their self-concept. If you go 10% or more below your self-concept level of income, you find yourself scrambling. You work harder, you work longer, you think more creatively, you look at different ways to increase your income or second income opportunities. The only way to improve any part of your life, including your income, is to raise your self-concept level of income by beginning to think about yourself continually in terms of earning more money.
All of you have everything it takes to become rich. You just don't believe it. Now, if you can develop this theory that I'm about to share with you, I have the way for you to be rich. This is it. First of all of you have a gift. God gave it to you when he created you. God never created a single soul without giving them a gift. That's the God that created you. He's a very smart God. Hear the cold thing. When he made you, he put the gift inside of you. He didn't hide it under the ocean. It ain't on the mountain nowhere. It ain't under no rocks. You ain't got to go drilling. God put what you needed inside of you at birth. All of you have a gift. But you have got to do your gift. The thing God gave you at birth to do. It is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your gift. Anything else you doing, you wasting your time.
Your level of self-esteem, which translates into your level of self-confidence, is the starting point of success. If you like and respect yourself, you will set big goals for yourself. And if you like and respect yourself, you will persist longer, and you'll eventually succeed. And so how you feel, your emotions about yourself, is the starting point and the most important part of success.
Well, I actually identified for a very long period of time as, I'm not a happy person, comma, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I accept that. And there was this huge conflict for such a long period of time where I was like, you're supposed to be happy. Why aren't you happier? Like, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with you. Something needs to change. Rather than saying like, maybe the level of happy that you are is fine. Who am I, like, what happy am I comparing myself to? And also, if whatever your current state is, if you just say like happier, which is really when people are like, I want to be happy, they're just saying I want to be happier than I am. Which means that you create this distance between where you are and where you want to be, which is the recipe for being unhappy. Is saying that I want to be happier. So it doesn't matter how happy you are, you want to be happier. And so by relinquishing the desire to be happy, I ended up enjoying a lot more of the stuff that I was doing because I didn't make it a requisite for my activities. So then it became a pleasant surprise. I was like, oh, this doesn't suck.
A goal that's not written is just a fantasy. A goal, a real goal, is a dream with a deadline. So take the goal and write it down. And then set a deadline for the goal. When do you want to accomplish it? And then make a plan to accomplish it. Write down everything you can think of that you'll have to do to get the goal. And then organize the plan by priority. What should you do first? What should you do second? And so on. And then get started. It's the most incredible darn thing. But there's amazing how many people say, I'd like to be financially independent. Well, why aren't you? Just show me your financial independence bank account. Show me your savings account and your plan for how much you're going to put in each week, each month, each year, and where you plan to be in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Oh, I don't have any of that. I just want to be financially independent. Shut up. Fact of the matter is that once you start moving toward the accomplishment of a goal, the most remarkable darn things happen. Once you have your goal, make a commitment to it.
Life is risk. It take courage to pursue your dream. I just did it. It cost me everything, but eventually, God is very good, man, when he sees you take a leap of faith. He supplies you everything you need. Now, it's going to cost you something. But most people are not willing to pay what it costs to go after your dream, because you're going to have to hurt a little bit. And most people don't like being uncomfortable. If you don't want to be uncomfortable, please do not pursue success, because success is a very uncomfortable feeling. And I just learned to be comfortable being uncomfortable. If you can get that in your head, this too shall pass. Every moment of everything you've ever gone through, God got you through it. You didn't even realize it. He just got you through it. You can't name one thing He didn't pull you through. Well, I lost my mother. I'm still grieving over that. I lost my mama 21 years ago. I still grieve over it, but I'm here. You know, I got through it. You're gonna get through it. But you gotta take chance in life, man. Can't play it safe, y'all.